record on this computer. Yay. Okay. So for those of you that are joining the call and it's already happened, welcome to the call. It's our small call Tuesday night. And we are going to go through some, how do you find and teach your people to become super independent? Because here's the thing. This is a network marketing business, and it really is a multi-level business, which means that you need to be very duplicatable in order for your business to grow, to expand. And people can't duplicate people, but people can duplicate a system. And we have everything we need on this mission-driven model that you can imagine from beginning to end. And Julie Herbst put this together for her team and was so incredibly generous that she opened it up to the entire company. And she put out a 15-minute message last week telling about the few changes. So I'm not going to go through the whole system. I'm only going to show you the changes, which in turn is going to allow you to see how incredibly thorough this website is. So for those of you that are new, it's missiondrivenmodel.info, all one word, mission driven model. So she starts with the Getting Started tab, which I'm going to click on. So the Getting Started tab. And how many of you, and I can't see you, so it doesn't really matter if you're raising your hand, but I'm curious if you guys actually realize there is a Getting Started checklist that when you bring on a brand new distributor, you can actually say, you know what? If you'll just do nothing else but everything on the Getting Started checklist, we're going to be in really good shape. Now, you can do more than that, but if I can just get you to look at that and take a look, what's really beautiful is everything is here that you need, including the links. So if I click on this, it actually will send me to the Juice Plus virtual office or the promotions. I can even watch videos here. So if you have a brand new distributor and you don't want to spend an hour and a half on the phone teaching them how to use their virtual office, here's how to set up your virtual office. Here's how to place an order. Here's how to edit an order. Everything you need so that you can do what? What would you be doing that would be a high pay activity instead of going through the virtual office with a distributor? Anybody want to unmute themselves?
Sharing your story.
Sharing your story. Was that you, Autumn?
Yes.
Yes. So Autumn is like a week-old distributor, and she's the first one that I got to answer. That's what we want to hear, Autumn. That is awesome. So yeah, high payoff activity is talking to people. What else is a high payoff activity besides talking to people? Uh-oh.
Text blitzing.
Somebody's writing on the screen. Don't do that because it'll stay on there forever. Whoever just scribbled on the screen, stop it. Yeah, don't do that. Okay, what else?
Text blitzing.
Building for events.
Text blitzing. Building for events, meaning talking to people, inviting. So anytime that you are in communication with somebody via text, email, talking, writing, sign languaging, whatever it is, when you're in communication with somebody, that's a high payoff activity. Okay? So, so you see that's going to be on there forever. Wow. Oops. Now I'm on something I don't want to be on. How'd I get here? Let's see. Sorry about that. I wonder how that gets there. Does anybody know? I heard it once what to do to make sure nobody can draw on your screen, but I've forgotten. There we go. So we're going to have that scribble throughout tonight. All right, so that's the first thing, the checklist. The other thing on the Getting Started, by the way, is notice this section called videos. I have not listened to yet, but I have heard that the video with Wendy Campbell right here in the middle is absolutely awesome and that we should all be listening to it. I have not heard it yet, but I just want you to know that that's what she talked about. Okay, so the next thing that she did was the fast track section. Now this is really cool, guys. And if anybody knows how they did that scribble so that it's okay, you won't get in trouble. I just want to find out how you did it so that we don't have it happen again. I've actually had it, people have told me that people have done it on their PowerPoint and it's actually on their PowerPoint forever. It never comes off. Yeah, I don't know what, and I don't know what it is and I don't know how to stop it. So if somebody knows what they did or how they did it and they want a private box.
I think it's this guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how he did it. I'm looking. I have no idea.
Do you think he just touched the screen?
I think you touched the pad, the mouse pad on my computer.
Okay, so that would be something. And there must be a way to lock that out. Melissa, thank you. Karen, it's lovely drawing. Absolutely lovely. So fast track, I want you guys to see this. This first section here, Healthy Living Plan, tells you exactly how to do your HLP, and there's a video that talks about it. Number 2, the 2000 plus, and a video that tells you how to do it. Step number 3, how to qualify your business, and a video that tells you how to do it. So it's all right here. And then she talks about the point chart so that if you have a brand new distributor, you can help them actually track and learn how to do their points. So do I have any questions there? And notice, click to learn more about the marketing plan. If I really wanted to learn more about the marketing plan, I could click right here, and everything I ever wanted to know about the marketing plan is right there. And I know a lot of you have seen Operation 818 because it's something that we've all used with our brand new distributors. So this whole section on getting started, if they just did this one section, man, can you imagine the great shape that they would be in? And so if somebody says to you, you know, I don't know what to do to begin with, what do you think would be the best way to get them to this spot? What would you do as a leader to get them to this spot? Anybody?
I usually do like a 20-minute or less one-on-one coaching call, and I do a share a screen like this with them to get them here.
That would be fantastic to do a share screen. Another thing that you could do with them is you could guide them there and say, you know what I'd love for you to do for your first assignment today is just look at getting started, and I only want you to look at the checklist. You don't have to look at anything else. Just look at the checklist and make sure you've done everything you needed to do, and you watch just the one video, how to place an order. So you can actually guide them there. But what would not make sense to me is just take them right to the virtual office and show them the virtual office. Take them here, and this is what's going to teach and guide them to do the rest. And if we constantly are teaching and guiding, we will not be having to repeat over and over again what people are asking, okay? So, and then under Living the Mission, the other changes that she made was, oh, this is pretty cool. Under Healthy Living Revolution, this is a really neat one. No, this one right here. Healthy Living Revolution videos. So you know how every 2 weeks a different doctor is doing a little 15 to 20-minute blurb? I think Dr. Du Bois did something on gluten, and Dr. Jan Roberto did something on soy, and Mitra did her ketogenics. And then who remembers where to find those suckers? They're really hard to find. Once they've been done, guess what? They're all right here. Everything is right here, all the ones. So fighting cancer at the cellular level, how to avoid getting burned, Dr. David Phillips, brain health, ketogenic, feeding the good guys. It's all right here. So what you're going to do is, again, guide your people here, show them that it's here, and then remind them. That's why I called this call the easy button call. Because if we can make people get used to finding things here, so also when somebody asks me now, gosh, I don't know how to track my points, or I don't know, you know, I can't remember how to get the HLP done. What could I say to them? What would be my first question?
Have you checked the this website, the
Yeah.
mission?
Have you looked at Mission Driven Model yet? Oh no, I totally forgot. If everybody on this call would do just that, have you checked the Mission Driven Model yet? Now they might say yes, and I couldn't find it. I mean, they couldn't find it. Then you could go there with them and help them find it. But the very first thing you want to do, and again, this is not something you're going to do for the person who really doesn't care about doing our business. So if somebody doesn't really want to do the business, but they just need to know a few minor items, you don't need to go, you know, keep referring them here, because if they really don't want to do it and you're kind of helping them find their way, for those people, if you think it's worth it, if you think they're really powerhouses, but they're not quite engaged yet, you can make it a little bit easier for those kinds of people and send them links. Does that make sense to all of you? Good. And then, of course, we've got the Shred 10 and all the Shred 10 videos. So here they all are, right there, all together. You don't have to go looking for them. The other thing that I wanted to point out under building your customer base here, is, first of all, there's a whole new section on events. So, you know, learning, and one of the things that are ways to begin your business, ways to help somebody, and again, this is for the person who is serious about doing your business. They really feel they really want to make some serious income. This is not for the person that just wants to maybe get their product for free or get a discount on their product. So you really have to know and understand your distributor. However, if they really want to zoom to the top, they could do 3 events in their first 30 days. That's what it says right here, 3 events in 30 days. You can do it on Zoom, you could do a Facebook party, and you could do something in person. So you could do 3 events. One event, you have people over, but the other 2 events, your house can be messy. That's pretty cool. So, and then here's a whole section on how to make invitations. Now, some of you, by the way, what I like to do is I like to go to Photify, and I like to grab a picture I like and save it in my pictures, and then I like to move it into PowerPoint because I really know how to use PowerPoint. And then I can do all kinds of stuff on PowerPoint over the existing great pictures from Photify. So for those of you that are a little bit confused about Photify, they've got great background pictures that you can use. Then I slide it into my PowerPoint, and it's super easy for me that way. Unless you're a real graphics person or that's the kind of thing that you really like to do. Let's see. I talked about that. Oh, on how to invite, which is building your custom, how to invite. Where is it? Let me see if I can see it. Product texting videos. Somewhere on here, and I'm not finding it, maybe it's under events and I missed it, is, let me go down further and see if it's just, yeah, how to invite to events. There's a whole little video here and training on how to invite to an event. So if you don't know or you feel like you're inviting and people aren't showing up, come back to this spot and listen to it and see what the art of inviting is all about, okay? And then even how to follow up after doing an event. And then here are actual PowerPoint presentations. If you're the kind of person that really wants to do an actual presentation in home, they're already all done. Completely done for you, and they're beautiful. So if you want to do that, they're here. Okay, DMO. Who knows what DMO stands for?
Daily method of operation.
That's one, that's the normal one. Does anybody know what the great one is that Nikki Cotton thought of?
Daily method of opportunity.
That's a good one. That's a good one, but that's not mine. Does anybody else know? I'll just tell you. Daily magnificent outcomes. Because wouldn't we love to have every day just be totally magnificent? So that's the one. When I think of DMO, what comes to mind for me is a daily magnificent outcome. I'm going to do this and I'm going to get something great that happens. So notice that she's got some videos here teaching you, but the entire organizational workbook, and some people actually put this together in a 3-ring binder. I'm going to suggest, even if you're not a paper person, that you look through the organizational notebook because it'll get you in your mind knowing how the process is and how to keep track by paper. And guess what there is here, you guys? Somebody actually did a training on Trello. And that's my thing. I love Trello. So I'm so excited that somebody actually did a training on Trello. It's freaking awesome. That's how I track my stuff. Any questions there? Okay. And finally, there's even under customer care, what happens if somebody wants to cancel? What do you say to them? Even that's here. So check out that. And I wonder if it's order online product question and answer. I'm not seeing the, it's probably under 3-Way Connect. And I can't remember, but it's in this section is what somebody's still drawing again. Get that little Karen away from the computer. I got to figure out how to stop this. I got to Google this when we're done and find out how on screen sharing you can make that not happen. I know there's a way. Finally, building a team. We're going to check that out as our last one. And there's 2 new things. Now, the sponsor checklist, it wasn't ready last week. Oh, it's here. The sponsor checklist is a training for the sponsor on how to use the Getting Started checklist. So this is our training right here. Is that cool or what? So it's all right here, everything. On how to go through the checklist and what we're looking for and how to train our people. So that's ours. That was not up last week. Let's see. How to share. And then how to share the business. This one here. So a lot of us, like in building a customer base, it was how to share and invite to the product. Guess what this is? Completely what to say and how to invite to our business. It's all right here, and there's even a really great little 10-minute video from Leanne Gordon on how to invite to the business. And I just want to remind all of you that, I mean, for those of you that don't know, Leanne Gordon had a very special beginning to her business. She invited 5 of her best friends to look at the business, and within 2 to 3 years, all 5 of them became NMDs. So she started this just with her best friends. Now, that is so unusual to have that happen, but I just want to put that stuff out there because everything and anything is possible. And I want us to always keep our, our hats on, our possibility hats. What's possible? Because anything is possible. If somebody told me that she was going to do that at the very beginning, I would have said, no way will all of her 5 best friends join. And if they do, probably only 1 or 2 will really ever do anything. So pretty unusual. So inviting, and it's everything you need to do to invite to this business from A to Z, and all of the most popular business videos to share with people looking at the business. So this is a place that you might want to check out and see if there's a video that matches somebody that you're sending information to. So that's all in the business building section. And then just a couple other things I want to show you under, whoops, let me move this over. Under, I'm sorry, where did it go? The videos. Where did they go? Wait, building your team. Is there one more down here? We got my scribbling going on. Oh my God. Once he's figured that out, man, he ain't gonna stop. Let's see. I'm looking for the videos. Oh, I guess this was it. I'm sorry. It was how to share the business here new. And there's different, this is the most popular business videos. This is for, and then you notice for doctors, for fitness pros, for next generation, for business events. What she used to have under business videos was like the marketing plan, but you saw that under getting started. If somebody wanted to know more about the marketing plan, that was in that section there. So that's, and then one last thing I want to get to here, which is VF bullet point list. There is a bullet point list explaining the company here. I'm not seeing it. It's called a VF virtual franchise bullet list, but I'm not seeing it. So assignment for everybody is to see if we can find it this week and not spend a lot of time doing it. I know it's on this section, and it's really a lot about it's very similar to what we are doing when we do our Take Healthy Back calls. It's a bullet list so that if you wanted to know more about the company and you wanted something in front of you, you could use it. So I'm going to stop right there and just see if you guys have any questions, if there's anything that you guys want to talk about. But the most important thing is that when somebody asks you a question about the business, the first thing you're going to do is, have you looked at the mission-driven model yet? And sometimes people ask me things, and I'll say, have you looked at the mission-driven model yet? And they'll say no or yes, but I couldn't find it. And we look together, and I've not found it before. So we search through it together, and they see what it's like. It's not like I know where everything is on that website immediately. I don't have it all in my brain like that. So it shows that we can do this together. This is a collaborative event, trying to find out the best and easiest ways. And once we found it, I'm hoping one of the two of us will remember where we found it. So, does anybody have any questions?
Nikki,
Nikki.
I don't have a question, but I did find out how you can erase that red mark.
Oh, good.
The person who accidentally wrote on the screen, there's a little icon with a pen. If you hit that, there's an eraser one. But it has to be the person who did it who erases it.
Oh, cool. So I'm curious.
Because I accidentally did the purple mark while you were talking.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I want to try one thing really quickly. Oh, it's to see if it's back now that I've come back and forth. If it'll just show again or if it's gone. And it looks like
It's gone.
it's gone now.
Yeah.
So I guess once I left, but I do know that somebody said their PowerPoint that it never went away. I don't know
Oh,
how that
gosh.
would be. Cool. Well, there must
Hey,
be
Nikki.
a way to block it from happening from the beginning. That's the thing I got to check out.
Yeah.
Hey, Nikki.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Daryl. Question. Say a new person comes into the business and you know, when you first sign up, they pay their distributor fee. Then, you get the virtual office sent to them. You got the virtual office. You've got Healthy Living Revolution website. And then you've got this website. Are you, based on what I'm hearing from you, are you saying this is your main site that you use for maybe running your business or guiding what you do in your business? And
With a new person, this would be my absolute first go-to, partly because Healthy Living Revolution, you can click on it through this site.
right.
You can get there, not only just the videos, you can actually get through the site. And if you'll notice on the mission-driven model, it says Healthy Living Revolution site, and then it even gives an explanation. Click on the little gear in the bottom right-hand corner to get to resources. So they can actually get to the Healthy Living Revolution from the mission-driven model.
Hey, Nikki, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you ever use virtual office training? You know, up on the bar, the dashboard up there, it says training. You ever go in there and it says team building?
I have not, and knowing now that there are 6 videos on Mission Driven Model on how to use the virtual office, I would send people there. Just because, man, it's all in one spot, right?
Right.
And if you said to somebody 10 times in a row, gosh, I don't know where to find the points, and you said it's on Mission Driven Model. I don't know how to tell my story. It's on Mission Driven Model. I can't remember how to invite or how to make an invitation. It's on Mission Driven Model. Can you imagine after the 3rd, 4th, or 5th time, they aren't going to ask you. They're going to go there and look first, right?
No, they'll keep asking.
I know, you're probably right, Daryl. Oh my gosh, you're probably right. So any other comments or questions?
The reason I brought up the point I did, because I think sometimes you get thrown a lot of stuff and it can be confusing of like, where do I go here? Would I do this? And then you almost get paralyzed because there's a lot of good stuff. And that's why I asked that question. What are you saying this is where I'm going to go and this is the best site that integrates really our approach to the business?
Absolutely, Daryl. And let me just take that a step further in terms of the overwhelm. When you send somebody to that site, you're going to just, unless you're going to do what Jenny Bushman does, she says she takes them there and does a 20-minute Zoom call and walks them through, which personally I think is a fabulous idea. Rather than taking it through your virtual office, take them through the mission-driven model, because they can then play the videos on how to sign up a customer, on how to set up a website, and you don't have to do all that. So I think it's brilliant to take them there and walk them through it. But along the same lines is when you're done walking them through it after 20 minutes, you always want to chunk things down to small baby steps. So you can say something like, your assignment, should you really want to take this on this week, is make sure to get familiar with the Getting Started list. Know where the videos are. That's all that I'm going to ask of you in terms of the website. Now, for me personally, when I'm working with somebody, the first other assignment I want to give them is to have them do their 50 to 100 names on their memory jogger. I want them to star 10 to 12 of them, and then we're going to do a strategy call on those 10 to 12 names, and that's going to be a training that I do with all new distributors, and I do 3 ways on this all the time, so that it gives them confidence on how to talk to their friends and family. because that's what we're going to go over, and we're going to show how easy that is. And so when I give them that assignment of, can you make a memory jogger with 50 to 100 names? They say yes. What do you think I say next?
What's your story?
No, that's a good one though, Maggie. That is really important at the beginning. But what do you think I'm going to say about that memory jogger? I want you to do 50 to 100 names, and I'll give you.
Start your top 10.
I want a date. By when are you
When
going
will
to
it
get
be
it
done?
done? Everything you do should always have another, the next step. So they say, okay, I can get the 50 to 100 names done by Wednesday. Great. I want you to star 12 of your most favorite people that you would love to work with. We don't know if they're going to join your team. We don't know anything, but star 12 of them. And then I want you to follow. They can either do the, I always have them do from the Heat team page, the 12 name launch call. But you could also use, if you wanted to keep it really matching the mission-driven model, you could use it, the prospect profile card. It's basically the same thing. Fill those out, and then they say, okay, I can come up with those 10 to 12 names, and guess what I'm going to ask them? By when? By when can you get those 12 names done? Now, Autumn, I don't think Autumn is still on the phone, but I can tell you something really cool about Autumn is that she said she could get it done whatever day it was. I'll pretend it on Wednesday. By Thursday morning, we were doing those 12 names together. She put her memory jogger together, and in less than 24 hours, we did her 12 name strategy because she really wanted to get this moving quickly. So she didn't want to stretch it out a week from now. So whoever's on here and loves Autumn, let them know I talked her up because it was all true. So anything else? Our time is actually up. Any last quick question?
I don't have a question, but I was just browsing through just a minute ago, and something that I feel is important to share under the customer care part of building the best customer experience. When you click how to do customer care, there are some absolutely stunning images. It talks you like what to say, what to share with your customer that first week that they get set up. And I like to think I do incredible customer care, but I'm seeing these images right now and they are stunning.
I'm looking at it right now. We're on share screen right now. So am I looking at building your customer base or creating the best customer experience?
Creating the best customer experience.
Okay.
How to do customer care.
Right.
And when you scroll down.
Okay. So what to say the first week, the 10-day, sample texts, day 60, more sample texts, day 90. What if somebody wants to cancel? That's where this is. And additional ideas. Gift cards, e-cards, mail postcards, cool stuff. Thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So lots of great stuff to see here. All right, you guys, have a fabulous week. For some of you, I know you're playing the In It to Win It game. I'll see you on the game this week. And some of you hopefully are coming to our Ashland Regional, September 15th, 16th. It's going to be an absolute wow. Chris, did you want to say something? You're on mute. No, I'm not.
Well, I unmuted me and then you muted, whatever. Anyway, I think you've all heard me on Voxer that, you know, the lineup is fantastic. We've been in constant contact with Lauren Slocum. And again, I just want to remind people, she's probably building the fastest, biggest business in all of Juice Plus world of 25 countries. If you were at Anaheim, you saw those Australians walk the stage as NMDs, just as many Aussies as Americans, all under Lauren. So it's just going to be a phenomenal weekend. So get yourselves registered and dig down into your team and see who wants to change their life and get them down here. That's it. You're muted.
And we have at 7:15, we have Take Healthy Back call, and lots of guests sound like they're on tonight. Hi, Kai. How you doing? Yay! All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.